Houthi fighters in Yemen held a funeral on Wednesday for 4 militants killed in recent U.S. airstrikes. And Washington followed up by relisting the Iranian-backed Houthi militants as a, quote, terrorist group, subjecting the group to harsh sanctions aimed at cutting off funding and weapons the Houthis have used to attack or hijack ships in vital Red Sea shipping lanes. Here's White House National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby.
We took this action because of their continued reckless and indiscriminate attacks on ships transiting the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. These attacks are a clear example of terrorism, violation of international law, and a major threat to innocent lives and to global commerce.
A Houthi official on Wednesday called the U.S. designation, quote, blackmail, and condemned what he called American and British aggression against Yemen. Attacks by the Iran-allied Houthi militia on ships in the region since November have slowed trade and alarmed major powers. The Houthis say they are acting in solidarity with Palestinians. The attacks target a route that accounts for about 15% of the world's shipping traffic and acts as a vital conduit between Europe and Asia. Speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland on Wednesday, the Iranian foreign minister said the safety of navigation in the Red Sea was tied to the situation in Gaza. Kirby dismissed that claim.
The whole argument that this is about the war in Gaza, I mean, they're just driving a stake through a straw man. There's nothing there.
The involvement of the American military has further raised fears of a wider regional conflagration, as Iran fired rockets into neighboring Iraq and Pakistan, which Tehran said were aimed at Israeli and other terrorist targets.
And we have moved additional military resources at the president's order into the region.
Kirby said the U.S. would act to defend its interests.
And if you doubt it, take a look at what happened just a few nights ago.
We are going to continue to work with our partners in the region to prevent those attacks or deter those attacks in the future. And we're also going to continue to work very hard to prevent the Israel-Hamas conflict from escalating into a broader regional conflict.
Back to Houthis by a few days or a few weeks.
In our assessment, we hit what we intended to hit with good effects. Again, the objective here was to disrupt and degrade Houthi capabilities to conduct attacks. And we believe that overall, in terms of the scope and the number of strikes that we took, we have degraded their ability to attack. Clearly, they maintained some capability, and we anticipated that after any action, there would likely be some retaliatory strikes.
What can you tell us about the situation?
And the Houthis need to ask themselves how much of their capability do they want degraded and disrupted in light of these illegal, reckless, and dangerous attacks. The United States, this is not about the United States. This is about the ability of the nations of the world to sail an international waterway through the Red Sea, through which 10 to 15% of economic trade transits, and do so safely and securely. That's what we're focused on, and we'll continue to work closely with the international community to deter these attacks.